Welcome back to the Former Athlete Society Accountability Call. As always, I'm your host, Adam Ringler. And if you've joined me for these videos, right, you would know that I host them every Tuesday, every Thursday, and certainly, several times throughout the month, just to give you some real actionable information that you can apply to your performance and to your lifestyle. So, again, my name's Adam Ringler. I'm a strength and conditioning coach. I've been one for nearly 20 years at this rate. And I'm trying to take everything that I've learned within strength and conditioning, health, and performance optimization and give it to you. So I know some of you guys are watching this live via YouTube. Others might be watching or listening to this later, whether it's YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels or anywhere else. You might be listening to it during the replay. But either way, you're here, and that is what matters. That's what matters most. Today, I'm not overly worried about how many names pop up on the Zoom list that we have. I run these through Zoom as well. Whether it's one person, or if it's 100, or if it's 5, or if it's 10, it's about creating a space where former athletes like you and me can talk honestly about staying consistent with their training, your nutrition, and the habits that you once used and utilized that made us great on the field or the court. So if you're anything like me, those playing days, yeah, they still echo, right? You still remember them. You still feel the structure in your bones. You still love the smell of the weight room. I mean, this is why I went into strength conditioning in the first place. The idea of chasing progress day after day. But life, hey, it's louder now. We've got careers and families and late night emails that we have to answer, early alarms, about 1,000 reasons to let all of these things and these concepts slide. So today I'm bringing, again, on these accountability calls, 5 fresh things, brand new ideas, each one sort of geared towards keeping that competitive spark alive. Now, we'll talk about unwinding after long days. We'll touch on things like motivation. We'll sharpen productivity. We'll get practical about lifestyle hacks, things you can apply to your day-to-day life. And we'll end with maybe a technical strength conditioning tip that you can apply as soon as you hit the gym next. So without further ado, let's get started. Topic number 1 that I want to discuss today is all about how to unwind at home. Most people think that recovery only happens in the gym, and they're wrong. It starts the second you walk through your front door. Now, after work, I rarely in a position to flip straight into perfect bedtime routine. That never happens for me. My kids have homework, dishes need to be done. Life doesn't care about my recovery schedule by any means. But what I can control is the environment. And that starts the moment I walk in. I start to dim the lights in my house. Now, I get back a little bit later. It's usually around 5 to 6 p.m., but I dim the lights as much as possible without turning it into a complete bear's cave, right? I still want my kids to be able to see their math problem or social studies, things like that. But the overhead lights, the fluorescents, yeah, those go off. I typically use a warmer bulb, like a soft lamp, and I let the evenings feel kind of like evenings. There should be some darkness around your home. Now, sound is next. I keep the Apple TV running with typically chill lo-fi music on Spotify. Nothing loud, nothing with super heavy lyrics or emotional draws, things like that. Just an easy backdrop that slows the heart rate down. Now, most times I'll also throw on an app on my Apple TV. It's called a Magic Window. In summer, it's typically beaches or mountain themed, slow moving waves, soft blue hue, nothing crazy. But in the wintertime, I switch it to the fireplace setting so that my room carries that sort of low amber glow of a fireplace, right? I swear it, that despite the fact that it's not a real fire, psychologically and physiologically, my body can't quite tell the difference. Now, at 7 p.m., the house sort of takes another step down in everything, right? To shift everything towards recovery. That's when I've talked about this before. I put on the Roka shades, the wind down shades, every screen that I can control, laptop, things like that, TV, etc., shifts to more of an amber or red hue. No bright whites blasting blue light from your phone or LED lights, things like that from the kitchen. No, I'm trying to shut that all off. Now, the message to my brain is simple. We're trying to land this plane, right? We're trying to actually shift into recovery mode. Now, I typically stay away from high stimulatory news or shows or YouTubes, things like that. No crime dramas, no frantic sport highlights. I'll read instead, right? It's simple. Anything from coaching books to fiction, that little ritual separates the chaos of the day from the calm of the night. Now, listen, it's not perfect. Sometimes the kids need extra help on their homework or we have a late practice, but even small environmental cues add up over time, and your body can read those signals long before you close your eyes. Now, I want to pause right here. A couple different things thus far. If you're liking this content, if you're part of our Former Athlete Society already, I need you to hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then obviously punch in right there on the screen the notification bell. That way you get first dibs, you get access, notified when we're dropping videos because we drop videos every single week, multiple times during the week. So let's move on to a new topic. And this one's, I like this one, right? Planning the next phase of my training or my nutrition is my secret weapon for staying fired up before the current one is ever even finished. So, what I mean by that is right now, I'm transitioning from that spring, summertime cut to a much longer October to May growth phase. And here's what surprises people: mapping out that next block, my training block, my nutrition block, is what keeps me laser focused on the last couple weeks of my current plan. Seems counterintuitive, right? I'm putting the cart before the horse, but the excitement of what's ahead, new lifts, new different nutritional targets, maybe heavier weights, kind of pulls me forward. I literally sit down and sketched everything out. How many weeks, right? What's the calorie climb? What's the benchmark? How do I reverse diet out of this deficit? What do I want to hit by that Christmas time? What are my checkpoints along the way? But there's a warning here, right? And I do got to caution you is that if you only chase the next thing and you're living 3 weeks in the future and you lose the discipline of right now, I fight that, right? I'm feeling that. I fight that by treating the plan like fuel, not a distraction. I let it motivate me to actually finish these next 3 weeks of my calorie cut, not abandon it early. Now, for former athletes like you and me, that little ritual can be huge. Remember how we'd count down to the Big 12 tournament or Pac 12 tournament, right? The same principles apply. You map out the next season even while you're still finishing this new one, right? It keeps your eyes up, it keeps your effort super sharp. Now, again, pausing here real quick, guys. If you have yet to actually follow me on Instagram, this is my handle. It's right here at Adam Ringler. Give me a follow over at Instagram. Let me know that you're enjoying this show. That would go a real long way in us continuing to put out this information because I want to make sure it gets out to as many people possible. Now, new topic, right? I found a tiny office gadget makes me twice as focused and it isn't on my phone. Uh-oh. What do I mean by that? Now, I've used the Pomodoro method for years with my Apple Watch, which means I just 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. I repeat that 4 times, then I take a longer break. But recently, I picked up this bad boy off of Amazon. This is really cool. I grabbed a physical desk timer. You can actually see I can wheel it up or I can wheel it down and I can start it immediately. I got 24 seconds, 23 seconds, 22 seconds, right? And what's awesome about this is that it's something physical, right? It really locks me in to a time. Something about that tactile click works for my brain. Now, maybe it's the strength coach in me, right? But it feels like I'm setting sets and reps. 4 strong rounds of focus work are like 4 heavy sets in the weight room. I love it. I keep it right next to my desk, right under my computer monitor here. And it just helps keep me focused. It helps keep me time driven, right? So whether I'm writing programs or analyzing force plate data, even knocking out a few emails, I twist the dial, clock starts, no apps to open, no distractions, no notifications. It's just a physical timer for me. Now, that timer reminds me to stand up, every 25 minutes, walk out to the drinking fountain, stretch my legs a little bit. That structure isn't fancy, but it's incredibly effective. Now, former athletes know this, right? When you put a clock on something, you respect the work that happens every single time. So this is like $5-10 off of Amazon, and it has completely changed the way that I actually approach my training, approach what I do at the office, how I sort of prioritize tasks ahead of time. That said, guys, a couple different things. If you're liking this content, again, you can head over to adamringler.com. That's my personal website. I have multiple subscriptions here I have the forever free blueprint. It gives you behind the scenes access. You get commentary, you get the discussion boards. All of that is forever free. Punch in your email, you get it for free, newsletters, etc. I do have what we call the master plan. That's where we take it one step further than just the blueprint. Instead of just giving you the blueprints, we help construct it for you. We give you the master plan, the cheat codes, behind the scenes of lifestyle, health, and performance optimization. And then obviously we all know that Former Athlete Society, these videos, this is what it is all about. It's the pinnacle of what we offer over here at adamringler.com. Go there, sign up for the Former Athlete Society. You get complimentary training programs through Bridge Athletic. You get these one-on-one calls, small group calls. You get the accountability. You get the question and answers. Your questions get prioritized. There's 100 different incentives and reasons why to join the Former Athlete Society. I want to see you over there. So do me a favor, check it out. I think you'll get a lot of value out of it, and you'll love it, right? Right there. Nonetheless, you will love it. Let's move on. Okay. The best nutrition hack I know, it's a coffee mug. Or really, it's anything that gets you excited about your kitchen, right? For me, it's a coffee mug. But seriously, I bought another Yeti travel mug. Did I need it? No, I probably honestly didn't. But guess what? I love it. I look forward to brewing coffee at home, bringing it with me instead of hitting Starbucks. Now, that little change, it keeps me out of the sugar trap, personally, for my macros. No pumps of pumpkin sauce sneaking into my light roast, no guessing at my calories across a training phase or week. Those small decisions, they add up over time. Now, it's not just coffee. The same principle works for meal prep, good knives, sharp pans, a cooler bag that you actually carry your meal prep stuff with. These things make you want to cook. They make you want to keep track of your nutrition, and they make you want to meal prep and bring your food with you instead of grabbing takeout, right? Now, people think that discipline is pure willpower. No. Often it's about making the good choice more fun, right? Or making it easier to make a better choice, certainly. Former athletes strive. They strive when the gear mattered. The right shoes, the right glove, the right equipment. You bring a bit of that mentality into your kitchen and watch your consistency climb, right? I see it time and time again with athletes that invest in their kitchen, that their nutrition goes a heck of a lot easier. I want to wrap things up with one more thing. And this is more of a strength conditioning centric topic. So let's just jump right into it. Your program can be flawless on paper and still fail if you ignore this one thing, and it's logistics. Now, I talked about earlier in this accountability call, I just finished writing my sort of workout plan for my off season, right? I'm excited about it. I'm getting it on paper. I'm making it real. I'm committing to it. But here's the key. I'm checking for balance and practicality. Ooh, what do you mean by that? Am I loading one day with too many unilateral movements, right? That takes time. Did I accidentally stack all of the heavier bilateral lifts on a single session? Well, that wouldn't be good. Am I leaning too hard on cables on one day versus barbells on another, right? Then I have to think about the setup, right? Think of it this way. If I've created a circuit that needs 6 stations at a busy gym, I've already lost. Now, I work out in the CU Event Center, so I have a private strength conditioning facility for me, right? So that wouldn't necessarily be applicable, but you get the idea, right? So for me, I think about everything I need to set up in our weight room. Is the actual setup of the exercise just as cumbersome as actually doing it? Now, this is especially true when you're training at high intensity. When you're deep into a program, you need flow. You need to move from lift to lift without wasting energy or losing focus. So write it down, walk through it mentally, and adjust before you actually even start training. Because those small planning details oftentimes keep you progressing instead of improvising when you're already tired. Nobody wants that, right? So, a couple things real quick, everyone. Hopefully, you've liked this sort of content of what we built here at the Former Athlete Society and this accountability call. Wrapping this up, I think this is going to be the end of it. We're about 15 minutes in. We've covered things as far as how to create a recovery-friendly home environment, how planning sometimes fuels the short-term motivation, why a simple little desk clock can actually help sharpen your productivity, how the right gear makes your nutrition easier or gives you, maybe an excuse to buy another Yeti water bottle or coffee mug. And nonetheless, how to balance your training program with realism and practicality. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube on the replay, again, I can't ask you enough, hit the like button, right? Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're building something special here at the Former Athlete Society in this channel. And then obviously right there on the screen, hit the notification bell, boop, hit that, and join us so that you get first dib access to when we drop in new videos, because we drop them all of the time. Now, I challenge you, if you've watched this thus far, pick just one of these strategies this week and try to put it into action. Not all five, just one, right? Former athletes know that momentum is everything. And one small little change leads to the next. So keep stacking those wins. Thanks for showing up for our Former Athlete Society. And then I will see you all next week. Stay strong.